The student, basically today we will discuss computer hardware. In the last class we have discussed the overview of computers, so I'm starting from there. That computers, you can see, you have the applications of computer all around your you can see in different grocery stores, schools, libraries, banks. Each and every transaction is recorded on on your computer system. So it is our everyday interaction with computers. Computer system, what is a computer system? A computer is an electronic device operating under the control of instructions. I have discussed with you, we call those instructions set of programs, algorithms and instruction, as we named them as software stored in its memory unit, that can accept data in the form of input, then manipulate, that is process that data, and produce information output, so that you can take decision on the basis of that in output. Generally the term is used to describe a collection of devices that functions together as a system. So computer system, there are different peripherals components attached in the form of hardware, which collectively work to perform different activities for you. So it is called a computer system. It has some defined boundaries. So computer hardware has some defined boundaries. A computer is an electronic device used to process data. A computer can convert data into information that is useful to people. A complete computer system includes four distinct parts, that is hardware, software, data, that in the form of input, and users, those who are using that computer system. Either it is a computer system or it is an information system. Basic functions are basic. There are four parts. So understanding a computer, you can say a computer is a programmable machine that receives inputs, stores and manipulates data and information, and provides output in a useful format. So these are the basic four components: user, then operating system, and application. Sometimes we have application software. So these are two are actually different software, and then hardware. So interaction of the all these. We have discussed this diagram, that we have data in the form of information. We have whatever we have information in the registers or in manual way, we have computerized it, digitized those data. And hardware components you can see, and software, different software, that is, it is either an operating system software or a application software or a utility software, any type of software. Basic software we required is an operating system software, so that we can work on any computer device, computing device. So basic software is system software, and under the system software we call it operating system software. Computer consists of hardware and software. All the machinery and the equipment in a computer system is known as hardware, and all the instructions that tell the computer how to perform tasks is basically named as software. So how we can distinguish between hardware and software? The component which we can touch, we call them hardware, and intangible things are named as software. And last time I have given you an example, that like human body and human soul. Human body is an hardware, you can touch your human body, and human soul, you cannot touch the soul. So human soul is actually a software. Similarly, these are different components I have already briefly described in the previous section. These are different hardware components. We have casing, then CD-ROM, microprocessor, then we have fan for in order to cool the processor, CPU fan, hard drive, power supply fan, modem, RAM, keyboard, hard drives, monitor, power supply, and this is entire motherboards, in which we used to integrate all our components we have in our computer system. Then this is network interface card, that is LAN card, sound card, video card, speakers, and so many other things. So these are the computer hardware components. What is a why is that we will discuss why is computer so powerful, why human have invented the computer machine. Actually, it is a replica of you replacement of human. Actually, it is a replacement of human. The work which we ask the human, we demand the human to perform. Instead of those work performed by the human, we have robots, we have machines. So why those machines are better than human, and why we are dependent on those machines? Because the ability to perform the information processing cycle with amazing speed, reliable, more low rate of failure. It is more reliable because it do not have senses, so it is more reliable. Chances of error are less accurate. Ability to store huge amount of data and information, and ability to communicate with, transfer the information from one place to another place very easily. Similarly, how does a computer know what to do? It must be given a detailed list of instructions called a computer program or algorithms, or we call them software, that tells it exactly what to do. Before processing a specific job, the computer program correspond to that job must be stored in a memory. So we have different memory, primary memory and secondary memory as secondary storage as well. So we will discuss it later on. Once the program is stored in the memory, the computer can start the operating by executing the program instructions one after the other. So whatever the instruction we use to process in our computer, these instructions are processed one by one, and we have different outputs. And sometimes if we need to store those outputs, we store them, and if we don't want to store the output, we just check those results and then execute further instructions. So primary components of a computer or hardware: input devices we have, like keyboard, mouse. Then we have central processing unit, through which we process the information we have. So we have central processing unit containing the control unit and arithmetic logical unit. Actually, in my processor, we have two units. One is called CU or BIU, bus interface unit, here, or control unit. Other is EU, that is execution unit. Okay. In input devices, we have two types of input devices. One is general purpose input devices, other are special purpose input devices. For example, we have keyboard and mouse. So these are the basic general purpose input devices which are required for any computer system. But if we want to play a game, so we have a special purpose input devices. We have a joystick. In order to play our different video games smoothly, we have joysticks. So joysticks is a special purpose input device. Now we sometimes we have security, we take security precautions. Nobody, an unauthorized person cannot enter any input into the system. So we have biometric devices: thumb impression scanner, retina scanner, fingerprint scanner, hand scanner, different types of input security devices. So we call them biometric devices. So these devices are special purpose input devices. When we want to restrict a person to use a computer system, so the only authorized person can access, जिनको allow होता है सिर्फ वही access कर सकते हैं. So those who are not authorized to use that system, they cannot send any input device. So we have input security special purpose devices, we call them biometric devices. Then sometimes we want to convert our hard sketches into soft sketches, so that we can animate those sketches, or we can further uh, store those sketches in our computer system. So there is a software, we call them Wacom. Wacom is another special purpose input device which converts our hard graphical designs or drawings into the soft drawings. So what we do, we have that hard drawing in our paper, we place it on the Wacom, and then we trace the it by using an electronic type pen on the Wacom, and it converts the hard uh, material, hard output of your sketch into the soft sketch inside your computer system. And you can save over there those sketches, and later on if you want to animate like the cartoon movies are animated, you can animate those sketches and those uh, cartoon characters. Similarly, if you want to convert your hard images, you have into soft images which you have taken from the era when you have real cameras. So what you do is you have a special purpose input device named as scanner. So you can put those your pics into the scanner and scan those pictures. So scanner is another special purpose input devices. Nowadays we have another type of special purpose input devices called OCR, optical character recognition. It is a type of scanner, but how you can differentiate between a scanner and a OCR? Scanner scan your picture or any document in the form of images, not in the editable text form. For example, you have a letter. So if you scan by using the scanner, it will be converted into a image. But OCR converts your hard letter text into the soft editable text document. So this is called optical character recognition. It recognizes the characters available on your hard material, either it is a paper or anything else, and it converts into the editable rich text document, either it is Microsoft Word or any RTA rich text document, so that you can edit those documents further. If you want to add something in that letter, you can add. So you have another type of special purpose input device called OCR. Then you have more uh, special purpose input devices named as, for example, you have RFIDs, radio frequency identifiers. So have seen in the when you used to go to the grocery stores that instead of typing the billing amount, the store boys or the billing guys do scan their barcodes available in the products package, and the and whatever the price of that product, it is added in your bill which you have to pay later on. So RFID is a scanning device on which you scan those barcodes, and you have seen in Imtiaz store and different other superstores, you just drag those barcodes and it takes input, and that input prices are added in your bill account. So this is called RFIDs, radio frequency identifiers. This is another type of special purpose input devices to work your to perform your uh, or you can say that to boost your activities speed. You can quickly add those amounts in your bill. You just drag those barcodes, and in those barcodes actually the price of those products are hidden, and when you scan, that price tag will be the whatever the price of that product is added in your bill. So these are different types of input devices in which we have categorized input devices into two: general purpose input devices and special purpose input devices. After that we will discuss output devices. So we have